I'm going to show you how you can recover from a rut and achieve the most success you've seen in years. So, if you don't know me, my name is Rehan. I make videos and I haven't uploaded in a while, probably 3 weeks to a month. This past month, May, because I'm recording this June 1st. This past May, I was busy with college finals, but I finished my college finals by mid-May. So I had a good like 2 weeks, to start to pick up, not lose the momentum from my finals weeks and continue to work on other stuff outside of school. But tragedy struck because I got mad sick. I got a fever right after I finished my last final, and it was horrible. I won't go into the details, but think about like all of the places that you could like get sick from, including your butt. And yeah, so that happened for about a week, and I'm still sick because I got sick again. And it's not that bad this time. It's just a runny nose. But I've been getting cooked from the sicknesses. I've also been getting cooked because I'm just a lazy bum. And if I'm not in school, it's really hard for me to do work for myself because there's no one to tell me that if you don't do this, you're gonna fail. You're gonna get a bad grade. And that's really tragic. Because if you can't do work for yourself, if you're not in college, if you're not in school, then you're cooked. And so I experienced what everyone likes to call a rut, which is like a downturn in your progress in life. Like I wasn't working as hard, I didn't go to the gym as much. It wasn't as great. But I told myself that starting June 1st, I would have June, July, and August fully, for the summer months. And I was gonna change myself, not change myself like 100% because that's kind of bullshit to do in 3 months, but I was going to improve pretty well because I was improving. I was low-key going on a downturn during May, the second half, because after finals I was like, I'm not doing anything, so I actually have upgraded my technology. I have a little graph right here. I drew this myself. I'm an artist. But this is my graph of life. So you have these green upturns and you have these red downturns. This is the ideal, Like this is what your life should look like. Wait, post to a thumbnail. Oh wait, no. I got a bog. Hold up. Yeah. So this is what ideally your life should look like. Uh Ideally people will be like, oh no, it should be green all over, a green straight line. But I would like to counter that because I feel like if you just have a green trajectory in your life, you can't appreciate your greens as much. Because if you've never experienced a red zone, a red downturn where life is so tragic, not that bad, but it's tragic, then you won't appreciate the upturns as much. You'll just be like, yo, life is just always great, man. Like it is what it is. What if you have a downturn, you could be like, yo, life is great, bro. I had the most tragic 2 months of my life, or one of the most tragic 2 month periods, and now life is chilling. I'm eating clean. I'm going to the gym. My skin looks good, which it doesn't right now because I'm a pimple right now. But yeah, like it's good. It's good. So that's why I'm saying that this is realistically the most ideal type of life because these periods they will suck, but these are what makes the greens feel a lot more greener, if that makes sense. So I would say that I had a short red period during my May month of 2025 because after finals, like during finals it was pretty tragic because I was like stressed as hell, like I was like gonna fail my exams and blah blah blah. And then after that there was a short period of relief, but then I got sick and then I became lazy. I didn't do anything, right? And I'm taking these next 3 months as a green period, you know? So I want to tell you how I plan to, go through with these 3 months and also how you can get yourself out of a red zone, out of a rut. So these 3 months, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. Obviously, everyone wants to, see the full transformation. Like I'm gonna meditate for 1 hour per day and blah blah blah. You know, like wake up at 4 a.m. every day. Hell no, I'm not like that. But I will say, I'm gonna try to be consistent with everything that I want to achieve, like, good YouTube success. So I'm gonna have a more consistent YouTube schedule. But you know what's different about my mentality this time? Because a lot of the other times I've always said like, "Oh, I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that," and then I end up not doing it because I'm a bum and I'm a hypocrite, and I also talk fast. But what's different about this time is I feel like knowing that I don't have the terrors of college to weigh down my time, but I still have that pressure to do things that are related to college, like the dreaded J word and internships and blah blah blah, which I don't have, and I've gotten made fun of for being unemployed. But I think if you're smart about it, then none of that shit really matters, bro. If you're smart enough, like realistically, it's not about the progress that you see. No, it's not about the success that you see when you're like 19, 20 years old. It's about the progress towards the real success that happens when you're like 22 and 23, right? So I have a plan, and I just lied. I didn't really have a plan. I mean, the plan is like believing that something is going to hit, whether it's like a job. Shit, I said the word. But it's one of those things that are going to hit. So I just got to be the best version of myself because I can't, and I believe this is very true. Nobody can really achieve a good amount of success, whether it's like getting a good high paying job, whether it's achieving a good business, whether it's blah blah blah. They can't achieve that they can't achieve that when they're not the best version of themselves or when they don't feel good about themselves. Like during that month of May, I didn't feel great. Not only was I not going to the gym, so I was gaining some pounds, but I also was mad sick. Like, obviously, I can't be productive when you're not going to the gym, you're not eating healthy, you're like dying of like 102-degree fever, which is moderate, but if it felt like I was burning, like, but you can't feel that great. So that's why I'm gonna take these 3 months to not only progress in those types of things like my business and the increasing my chances at getting a job in this cooked market, but also improve myself. Improve the way I feel about myself, my health, and blah blah blah. So I've been yapping a lot about myself. So enough about me. Let's talk about what you can do. All right. First things first. Obviously, like I said, focus on yourself. Focus on making yourself feel like you're a good version of yourself and like do things for yourself. Go to the gym, make yourself feel better about, getting stronger, fitter, you know, clean your area. I think that's one of the most important things because your environment tells a lot about how you're going to feel. And if you feel like, if your room is like absolute like dirt and it is like messy, then obviously you're going to be in a rut because you're not going to feel like you're being productive if you're in a dirty environment. So you got to keep your place clean. You got to make sure that you're going out, and even if it's like you're sacrificing time that you think you could be productive to go chill outside, take a random walk, it's going to help you in the long run because those things are things that you need. You need that time. You can't be productive 24/7 if you're in a rut because it's like you're not at that mental capacity yet. You have to like sort of increase your bar of, energy. And when you're in a rut, you don't have that much energy. Because if you did, then you would be able to use it. It's like you have the energy, but you're capped. So you're trying to increase the cap. And the way to increase the cap is to be like live life how you would want to live it. And that's by like, you know, taking care of your health, taking care of yourself, making sure that you feel good, buying new clothes. If you have that type of bread, if you have that type of emotion, like increase your fit, makes you feel good, go outside more, hang out, people, adventure. Then when you lock in, you won't have to worry about, oh, I didn't go to the gym. You went already. Oh, I'm chopped. I mean, you're working on it, so it's not that big of a deal. So you can actually focus on your work. And the red will turn into green at the end of the tunnel. Thank y'all. June 1st is the start. 3 months. Let's see how much I can change. Peace.